So, good morning. My name's Tracey Bland. I'm community agent for West Somerset, and today is Talking Cafe live. And it's the 1st of February, so no more January. It's all gone. Hopefully, we're going to be looking forward to getting to some nice springtime weather. So, we had a little bit of a few snow flurries yesterday, so hope everybody was keeping safe. So today we've got Paulette, who is an occupational therapist from Adult Social Care, and I'm going to bring her into the stream now, and she's going to talk about the assessment. So welcome to Paulette. Here we go.
And there we go. Technology, and it works.
Yeah. So the powers of technology, eh, Paulette? Nice to see you.
I'm loving this. Okay, so as Tracey said, my name is Paulette Baker, and I'm the Principal Occupational Therapist for Adult Social Care. What I'd like to do today is introduce you to a new website which we've recently launched, aimed at providing advice and guidance on equipment, services, really just to help people stay safe and independent at home. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it up on the screen and run through it with you. It's very simple, very easy to use, and it's open for anyone to use. So it could be asking questions about yourself, or it could be that it's a relative or a neighbour that you just need to help find some information. So let's see how well technology works, and let's see if we can share this screen. Okay, so is that coming up, Tracey? Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, it's very, very small on my side. Let me just see if I can make it a bit bigger so that I can work it through. Okay, right. I have a little problem here because it's not going to let me work this through from this screen. So I can't move it on from here.
Oh.
Really sorry.
Oh, that's a shame.
Okay, so is there another way that we can do this to work it through?
Switch to the other tab, Hannah's saying.
Okay. Let me see if I can make it smaller again then. Switch to the other tab. Yeah, so that's what I'm on at the moment. Sorry, Hannah. And it's not going to let me switch back to where I was before.
Oh, no.
Oh, I hate technical things.
Click on the portal tab, she says.
Right. Okay. Yes. Is that better?
Ah, there we go.
Hey.
It's right.
Well, all I can say, it's a good job that the actual portal itself isn't that complicated. Right. So I think the link is it's going to be up in the chat, so anyone can access this. You can access it via a mobile phone, or you can access it through a laptop or a desktop. And this is the first screen that you'll see when you go into it. So it just tells you a little bit about what it is, aimed at providing information and advice. This is only for Somerset residents because it's tailored specifically to the services we have here. So if I click on the button at the bottom to say continue into site, this is the main part of the site that you'll see. So it gives you three main options really. And we'll start off by clicking on the actual self-assessment portal itself, which is this green button. So we click on that. There we go. So this is really based around looking at different areas of the house or different areas of the home where people might be experiencing issues. And all you have to do is start off by choosing the area where you're having a problem and answer some of the questions which come up. So I'm going to take the classic one, which is usually around using the bathroom, where people find it difficult to get in and out of the bathroom. So we're going to click on Start Assessment, and it brings up a whole load of very simple questions, all yes or no answers. So let's run through this one, and I'll choose it for me. So have I tried equipment which has been unsuccessful? No, haven't tried anything yet. Do I wash in the bath? Yes, I do. And I do have difficulty stepping in and out of it. Do I stand in the bath to wash? Well, no, at the moment, I'm still managing to sit down. And to be honest, I don't really feel very safe if I stand up. Do I have difficulty sitting and standing from the bottom of the bath? Absolutely. Do I wash in a shower cubicle? No, I haven't got one. So no, I don't have problems with a shower. Do I wash at the wash basin? Occasionally, if I'm too tired to get in and out of the bath. But I'm not worried about filling it. I can see where, make sure it doesn't get overflowing. Do I have difficulty getting dressed? Yeah, sometimes I can't reach down to get my shoes and socks on, and I am a bit worried about falling, and particularly in the bathroom. So I've answered the questions, and I now click on complete bathroom assessment. It'll have a little think.
Wow.
And there we go. So this comes up with a whole range of things which may be suitable to help me with the issues that I have. Okay. It talks about equipment to get in and out of the bath. It talks about falls detectors because I've said that I'm a bit worried about falling. If I click down, it gives me advice on falls prevention. It gives me ideas of things that I might be able to use to help me get dressed or washed, such as a long-handled sponge. So if I just go back to the top of that one, and we'll just have a look at...
It's really easy, wasn't it? It's literally just very simple questions, just literally clicking.
Absolutely. It's so simple.
And so nice to actually see the actual equipment there. So you know what you're actually talking about, because, you know, because otherwise, if people said to me, oh, I need a bath board, I'd be like, what's a bath board? I don't know what that is. But actually seeing that now. Yeah.
And the nice thing about this is if you then click on detailed view, it comes up with another little screen. So it shows you the picture. It tells you what it's meant to do. So it fits securely across the top of the bath. It then describes it in a bit more detail. Most importantly, it gives you some ideas of what you need to be able to do to use it safely. And it's not recommended for you if you have these issues. So, for example, a bath board, you need to be able to sit down on the board and then lift your legs over the side of the bath. Very similar as getting your legs into bed. So you sit on the side and you lift your legs in. And the advantage of a bath board is that you're not then standing on a slippery surface on one leg trying to hop into the bath. So a bath board is really useful for getting you into the bath. And normally you would use this with an overbath shower. But most importantly, it says, if you don't have the strength, balance or range of movement to stay safely seated, so some people find it very hard to sit upright without a support behind them, then it's not recommended for you. So you can easily see whether this product is likely to be suitable for you or not. It then goes on to tell you what you need to consider when you're fitting it, making sure that you measure the bath because it comes in different sizes, and alternatives for you to consider. It then gives you just general guidance for purpose, some other alternatives you might want to look at. And this is something that you can print off and take with you. So if you wanted to go and shop for one of these, you can actually take this with you and it will give you some advice. That's the same for every single product. So again, if I click on bath lift, it tells me the same things. Okay. So that was a simple guide, you know, to bathing product. Oh, just quickly while I come down here. Another really nice bit about this is falls prevention advice. So it's highlighted this because I said in the questions that I was worried about falling. So if I click on this one, it gives me some really good links and information to other areas. So it talks about Age UK, physiotherapy. It gives me a little short assessment I can do to see if I am at risk of falls. It then links me to some details around primary link. It then gives me some other things that I might think about. You know, do I need a rail on the stairs or do I need a walking aid? And then it gives you the clicks here that you can just go straight through to Somerset Community Connect or Age UK.
That's really good.
So it's good, isn't it? So,
and it's really simple. So some of our people, you know, some of our clients obviously, you know, are only just getting used to maybe using an iPad or a tablet. Then this is just brilliant because it's so simple for them to use.
Really
yeah.
And it's the same for all of the different areas of the home. So, you know, if you've got problems using the toilet, with using stairs, with using the kitchen, it gives you the option to do the same assessments.
Could we click on the memory one? I'd be really interested in that one.
There we go. So if we just answer a few questions here. So I do have a problem remembering the date, especially at the moment when all the days seem to be the same.
They're all the same.
And sometimes I get a bit lost, and sometimes I get up during the night, not worried about the sink. I forget my medication sometimes, and I worry about falling. And then we complete that one, and it will come up with some ideas.
Wow.
So you've got the day clocks, door sensors, little GPS trackers. So there are all sorts of things that you can think about and do a little bit of research on. Again, if I click a detailed view, it will come up with a bit more information about that particular product. Useful for you, not recommended for certain people, and alternatives and things to fit. So that's a sort of a quick rush down of that self-assessment button. Now, if I know what I want, or I think I know what I want, or I just want to look at some equipment that might be available, I can click on the equipment information button. So that brings us up with the same icons that we had on the other one. These are all in alphabetical order now. So I could just browse through looking at, so this has got items for the bed, or I could search. If I wanted to search on something, I could actually pick that up and search on it. And you can see there are this is all of the different products that would come up if I was looking at the assessments as a whole. So if you know what it is you want, then you can actually go and search on it through here. Alternatively, if I go back to the home screen, if you really don't know what you want, or you've tried a lot of this equipment and you just think it's a minefield and I just don't know what I need to do, we do have two independent advice centres. So we have one which is in Taunton, in Wellington, and we have one which is in Shepton Mallet in Mendip. And both of these are staffed with adult social care staff. They have a full range of pieces of equipment, so you can actually go in and trial them. You can get independent advice from the staff there. They will actually be able to guide you to try out some of these pieces of equipment. Now, sadly, because of the COVID restrictions at the moment, we've had to close them again because of lockdown, but they will be open as soon as we can possibly lift the restrictions. And if anybody wants to book an appointment, you just go through Somerset Direct, and they will be able to ask you a few questions, and then they will point you in the direction to the right assessment centre. So, this is a first stop for people, really. When you're first thinking about things are starting to get difficult. Have a go on the website, have a go on the self-assessment portal. But, don't feel that advice isn't there, that you can't actually go and have a face-to-face visit, because if you really do need to see somebody, you can go through the independent advice centres when they're open.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
And it's, like you say, it's a very simple way of ensuring that our clients can stay in their own homes, and that's the one thing that we want to make them. We want them to be able to stay independent, don't we, and to live in their own homes.
Absolutely. And I think some of these low-level bits of equipment, they can really help prevent people deteriorating. If you can prevent a fall, it's a lot easier than having to deal with the consequences of it afterwards. So I know, I use this with my mum. She's having problems getting up and down off the toilet. Toilets are always very low for some reason. And now that she's older, she hasn't got the flexibility in her hips, and she struggles and she holds onto the wash basin. So just by putting in a raised toilet seat and a little frame around it, she is now much more confident. She can get herself up and down. She's not holding on to something risky and pulling herself up. And, it's made a huge difference to her. It's made her a lot more confident. And if it stops her falling over and ending up in hospital, that's a really good solution, I think.
That's it, isn't it? This equipment is going to hopefully help them stop for hospital admissions, like you say. And I think I really like the falls bit about, it's a hard thing for our clients, isn't it? They don't really want to admit that they're falling, So for them to actually be able to click on that and see, then it's really useful. And I think for us as village agents, actually, when we eventually do get to go on home visits again, if we actually go and visit a client in their home and we're sort of a bit, and they're telling us, I'm struggling to get in and out the bath or things like that, we could actually do this with them to then look at equipment ourselves as village agents. So I think it's really useful and really simple.
Yeah, it's open to everybody. Like I said, it can be done on a, you know, you can do it on an iPad, you can do it on a mobile phone. You know, it still has the same functionality through there. And we just like everybody to use it, really. We're rolling it out to health coaches. I know that they're using it in some of the accident and emergency centres in the main hospitals. You know, they're talking to people and going through this with them. So, you know, I think it's a really, really good service. So is there anything on there you'd like me to go through again?
I was just going to ask Paulette, really, where can you actually get the equipment from? Is there anywhere on there that lets you know where you can go to? I know we've got the independent living store in Minehead, so that's somewhere where we would go. And obviously we've got Millbrook as well. Is there anywhere else? Or
right, so the problem with these sites is obviously this sort of equipment, it's like mainstream equipment, a lot of it, and we're not actually allowed to put up a list of suppliers. Firstly, it would be so long, and it would be very difficult if we left anybody off. But the majority of these things can be bought online. They don't need specialised fitting. They don't need an expert to come in and install it in your house. So you can look in a lot of places. I mean, interesting, even places like IKEA do long-handled shoehorns, and you can buy, it's all readily available, absolutely readily available. So it's easy to find it. Amazon do an awful lot of this. We've also got some really good retailers within Somerset, so there are a lot of you know, independent suppliers if you want to go in and actually do that face-to-face visit.
That's brilliant. That's really good information. Yeah, really enjoyed that. So thanks for joining us. I don't know whether anybody's got any questions, or we've had a couple. I've seen Hannah's been putting up the foundation, and obviously the other part that was in the comment, so which was the self-assessment portal is there. So,
great.
It's all been good. So we haven't got any questions at the moment.
That's brilliant.
There you go. So thanks very much for joining us. And we're certainly going to be using the website, I think, as village agents. Yeah.
That's lovely. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Paulette. Take care.
Bye-bye.
So everyone, that was really good information. So hopefully we'll share this after the Talking Cafe today. So everybody stay safe, and I'll see you all again on February the 22nd, when I'm going to be talking about Amy, which is a new thing that's come in from domestic abuse. So take care, and don't forget we're here every Monday morning at 11 o'clock here in West Somerset. So bye-bye.